like so. I've machined this part right here. Just to get it smoothed up. Okay. Okay, anyway, I've just machined down to 1 inch here, or just under 1 inch here, 980, and it's about 1.5 inches. So I just roughed it. I had about 3 inches sticking out. Okay, so I'm going to undo it here, and the reason why we machine this first in is because now I can put it the other way around and have a nice smooth surface to chuck on. And I'm just going to put it right up against that. If you can see that, I'm going to put that, slide that right up against that little edge right there. Now we're going to have to drill a hole in the end of it in order to use so this is not what you want in here. To get it out, you're gonna go backwards on it until it pops out. Okay, make sure this clamp is off. There's a clamp in the back. Turn that off. Then what we're going to do is move it out a little bit and put that in there. So we're going to drill this. Okay, so I get it about 1 inch away. I'm going to lock this down. Okay, and I'm going to just use this to drill then. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the lathe. So this is where we want to face it too. We want to drill and tap this. Let's see. Oh, yep, it is. Ah, it's in there really tight. There we go. Okay, it's number 7. I look on there and I can see number 7. Always clamp on this end here. Okay, I'm going to put some wax on this on the tip, and we're going to bring it in close. We're going to lock it. Okay, and then now we're going to turn it on. So we're going to note the dimension right here. Oh yeah, this is 100 million times better. Okay, so you got it. You got it
You can
perfect.
see the point, yeah.
Okay, the shifting knob's right in your
Yeah,
crotch.
it's alright.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in and touch. And then I'm gonna come off. I can even machine a little bit of it. And see where I am, right? I didn't clean up, so I gotta so I have to get that to clean up. You gotta make sure you don't go under the dimension though, so we'll see. So I'm gonna pull this way out. And okay, so I'm still 5 over. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 5 more. So I'll come over here. You gotta get kind of down in there, see what you got. And oh crap. Okay, so I'm gonna go back on. Okay, we'll go 5 more. Down here. And back up. That's the only way to get an accurate reading on this thing is to do trial and error a little bit. That lag is crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That clutch is kind of fun. Okay, so it is 975, 85, 95. I'll be 5 over then.
I have no idea if it actually focused on that or not.
I don't think it does.
No, I'm kind of thinking it doesn't.
I'll just have to say it. Okay, so pull out here it is. And up top. We'll have to show what setting afterwards, and I'll have to look at that. Oh yeah, we're out there, yeah. So I'm gonna put my hand on the knob. Okay. You turn it off now. This is a safe position to turn it off. Kind of go up top. And then, okay, so we're going to push that down. And I'm going to measure where that is. Not great to stop the lathe like that, but. Okay, so I have, what is it, 980. Okay, so I have like 15 thousandths to go. Okay, right, 980, and it is 975, 85, 95. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back here. I'm going to clear these chips off of here. I might have to, I don't want to have to reseat that thing at the end, you know, to get those off.
Mm-hmm.
This is not recommended, but okay. They're not sharp. Okay, so we got to pay attention to where I am now. It is at 40. And go back. Come down here. Go back to 40. Okay, so should we go? That's 50. Okay, that's 20 thousandths. I don't want to go 20 thousandths. I want to go, let's see, right about there. Each one of those divisions is 2 thousandths. It's almost impossible to do. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to turn a little bit on the end. I'm going to cheat here. We're going to measure it. Measure it. This is where it's really hard to measure it, isn't that very tip, you know? I'm not on it. I can't see it, so. Let's see where I'm at here. That's not enough yet, so right when that's at 5, we're at 980. So be about 985 or so. 985, 86. Okay. Okay, I am 3 thousandths out. One more time. I'm going to do the full montage. It's just like 1.5 of those. Right on. Okay, so 950, 975, 980. Okay, and now I'm going to basically just turn this on. Over here. I didn't face the end yet. We can do that now. I should have done it earlier. So I'm going to face it. Okay, so I'm going to come away. Come on over here for a second, Henry. I want to do what gear we're in. Okay, so we're at 1320 C D1. So C D1 is C D1 is 0.02 of an inch per revolution. Okay, or 2.5 thousandths. Okay, so now we're going to face the end of this. Otherwise, when we go to so the cool thing is, although we probably should have the whole thing, but okay, so we are going to use this tool in order to face the end across. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take and put the tool in here like that, and then come in this way. Get around the corner if you can here, Henry. Like right over here. Can you get that?
You want to see the...
I kind of want to see where the tool is. Upside down, but maybe I can flip it. Okay, ready? Go back. Okay, so I'm going to go from the, I don't know what you think, the outside to the inside actually would probably be better.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to get in close, get where you can see the tool. Maybe you want to go from this side.
Yeah, I think we'll switch.
Try to move slow though, because it's kind of like otherwise, even though it has the thing, you're still jerking people's head around. Okay, so I'm going to go in. This is kind of sketchy, by the way, but I haven't figured out a better way to do it. Sticking out that far, you know, be able to face it. Yeah. Get a little bit on the end so you can see. close up like in here. Watch it in there. Yeah, I gotta do it though. Yeah. The question is, did it clean up? I don't think it did. So if it didn't clean that up, it didn't clean up. So move on, over. Shoot, I can't believe how much slop is in this thing. Chatter there. It's like trying to line up again. Should use a steady rest or something there. So I think it's not quite cleaned up. I'm going to do it one more time. I am going to put some wax on it too this time. I kind of get that when I'm doing those things. Okay, ready? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay out using this digital height gauge. We're going to lay out all the lines on the screwdriver. But the first thing we have to do is we have to get some blue on here, not on your fingers, but on the screwdriver blank. Okay, so wipe it off real good with a rag. Make sure there's not a burr on this edge here. And then what we're going to do is put a little bit of this up. Now, a little bit. What I mean by a little bit is don't put it on real thick, because you only need it really in one spot too. So you just need enough to be able to see where you're supposed to machine. Okay, so that's good enough. We'll let that dry a little bit. It always comes out thicker than you want to with that stupid brush. But do not get this all over the place. Do it over this plate, or I'm going to murder someone. Okay, so it smells really good. You probably would get high if you sniffed it a lot, so don't do that, and let it dry first. Okay, here's the flat table. We've now laid out, put our dye blue on here, and what we're going to do is we're going to scribe lines on here so we know where to machine certain aspects of the screwdriver. There's a chamfer, which is this 45-degree angle, so you get another chamfer there. And then this diameter here is 780 thousandths. These are the most two accurate ones. You have to hold those to the best tolerance. So this one's plus or minus 2 thousandths to the A. Same thing with this one. So the outside diameter here and this section here are the two most accurate sections on the screwdriver. And by the way, I measure on this end, so make sure that that's the end that's accurate on your bar when you're machining it. Okay, so now we're going to lay this out, and then we're going to be done with the lathe number 1 part, because we'll have this all laid out, and when we come in next time, we can just start machining these chamfers, and then in the milling operation, we can come in here and make the grooves in here. We also do something called a knurl, which is this rough surface here that gives you some more grip on the screwdriver. So we're going to put it with the threaded side down on the flat table here, and we're going to dial up. Make sure it's reading 0 when it's touching the bottom here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the dimension we want, and the first dimension is 0.1 inches. So what I'm going to do, this is kind of tricky, but I'm going to clamp this upper thing here. This is like it clamps on here, and it's got a push point. So then I can move this thing up and down with this little screw here. So I can actually take it and go to 100 thousandths. So I keep turning it to get exactly 100 thousandths. Okay, 105, 3, 2, 1, and oh boy, and right there. So 100 thousandths. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm just going to hold down on my screwdriver, making sure it's really nice and square, and then I'm going to scribe a little line. Okay, you don't need much, just enough to see it. Okay, now I have a scribed line at 100 thousandths. Okay, and we're going to continue to do that all along the screwdriver. The next line would be at 400 thousandths, and the next line is 500 thousandths, and you just go all the way up the screwdriver until you get all those lines. Next time we come and machine, those lines will represent where you start and stop different operations on this screwdriver. Okay, so I'll do one more. Let's do the 400 thousandths. So now what I do is I would undo this upper hold point, and I would get to almost at 400 thousandths, very close. You know, 400 or 390. But clamp it, and then I'm going to move it to 400. So this is a lot easier than the other students were doing in the past. They didn't have digital ones, but we're trying to get her. Okay, that's close enough. 400 thousandths, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to scribe again at 400 thousandths. So the edge of the this height gauge is really nice at scribing. Okay, and we're going to keep on doing that all the way up until we get all these dimensions marked off, and then you're done with lathe 1. Okay, so we're going to go 500 thousandths now. I'm going to go like this, and move it up to about 500, and then I'm going to go down to 500, and 500. Down. Oops. Okay, and the next one is 125. So I'll get close to that. 1.250. .250. 27, 25, 242, 25. Oh. This is a little bit. Okay. Pretty close enough. Okay, next one is at 1.350. Okay, 1.3. 324. 3. 50. Okay, now we're going to go to 1.480. Huh. 1.480. That's weird, dude. I can't remember what that dimension was before. No,
That's the knurling. That's the edge of the knurl.
I know, but I don't know why it's a weird number. I don't know if it was that before. I mean, it was the same one as before.
I took it off a print we had. I don't know if it's if there was more than one print. Then
no, it might be. I don't remember it being that. 50.4. What am I doing here? Righto. Okay, so gnarly arrow. Okay, I'm sure it bent so much when I threw it on the floor. Okay, then we got 4.030. 4.030. Yeah, you have to do it this way. You couldn't do this with calipers. 4.150. 4.150. Good enough. Okay. 4.250, that's it, I think. 2.250. Okay, that's it. I think that's a good